Thank you, Mr. Chair, and again, thank you to all of the witnesses this morning. Dr. Bushway, I want to follow up a little bit about what you were just talking about with Senator Collins. As you could probably tell from my introduction of Mr. Larson, I'm a supporter of high-quality, competency-based education programs and fortunate to come from a state that's been leading the effort in both the higher education and K through 12 space. So I have seen firsthand that additional flexibility and project-based assessments can increase access and completion for students, especially for more non-traditional ones. Southern New Hampshire University has engaged in this work successfully without compromising student rights or student success, which must remain our #1 priority in all our discussions of higher education. So you were just talking about the things you really need to focus on to make sure that there's quality in these CBE programs. As we move forward to reauthorize the Higher Education Act and more higher education institutions look to add and scale CBE programs, what guardrails must be in place? You talked about that a little bit just now, to ensure that students are not taken advantage of. And maybe the way to put it is, what distinguishes a high-quality CBE program from a low-quality one?
It's a great question, and there are a number of ways that we can distinguish it. One of the documents that I would point back to is CBEN, which is a competency-based education network, a national organization, has recently released a set of quality standards or a quality framework. I think that this tool could be very useful. It includes things like making sure that the program is designed with the student experience in mind, with an intentional attention to student data regarding progression, graduation rates, actual achievement of the learning outcomes that are being promised, and longer-term sort of career and civic-minded sorts of outcomes as well. So attention to that data, collection of that data, reporting on that data, and a continuous improvement mindset about making sure these programs are paying attention and improving their quality.
Well, thank you. That's very helpful. Dr. May, I wanted to focus a little bit on another aspect of how we can improve access. In New Hampshire, we have a dual enrollment program facilitated by our community college system called Running Start. During the 2016-17 academic year, over 7,500 of our students were enrolled in this program across 99 different high schools. The courses at the high schools are cost $150, so they save students thousands of dollars who complete one or more course and go on to pursue 2- or 4-year degrees. The community college system of New Hampshire tracks student success rates, comparing between students who took a Running Start course in high school and those who did not. So these are courses that qualify you for college credit at our community college system, but you're taking them during your high school time. There is some data that indicates that students who took one or more of these courses end their first college term with more credits and with a higher GPA. Can you explain to us the results you have seen firsthand from students who participate in dual enrollment opportunities and how collecting additional data around these programs could help us scale and improve these kinds of programs?
Thank you very much for the question. We currently partner in Dallas with 31 high schools in which we have early college high schools, PTech, which would be Pathways to Technology and so forth, where we enroll roughly about 13,000 students in those programs. What we work with the most challenged school districts and challenged schools, and what we find is we can take school districts that have an average rate of students going on to earn a post-secondary credential of 11% and change that. In fact, we can more than triple that number in a very short period of time. What we have is that the barriers are not the inability to learn. The barriers are really not understanding higher education, not feeling like they can afford it, have access. So as we talk about this a lot, that it's the handoff between institutions are the real challenge, not what's taking place within those institutions. And we remove friction from that process. We see individuals that would take advantage of it. They just can't figure out how to navigate that in a manner that's meeting their needs. And I think that, too, that we need to make sure that dual credit is offered with intent and in line with pathways leading to degrees. And that really needs to start with a partnership with the school as far back as the 8th grade, where we began to put those in place so that the student is prepared when they enroll the college level courses to be successful, because that's what we all want, higher numbers. And we see that this is a transformative effort when these type of partnerships can come together in a way that really is focused on the student primarily.
Well, thank you very much. Pathways, helping students identify pathways is critical. So thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you again to all of the panel.